And there was two questions about shopping. One of the questions was an older individual with ulcerative colitis is shopping in the morning, but it's also the same time that she needs to use the bathroom, and just wanted to get some advice around how to kind of get around and shop and do things like that when we have these senior hours in the morning, but often for our community, that's often they need to use the washrooms after they wake up in the mornings, and just some advice around there. And then the other question that was posed was just that once you do go shopping, should we still be cleaning the packaging, the food that we get, leaving it out, and so on like that? Has some of that advice changed over time?
Emma, did you want to do you probably have some practical suggestions around the first question around high need times before I could do some of the infectious parts? Would you be comfortable with that?
Yeah, sure. I know that kind of part of the Go Here app is you can get this symbol, this little sign, sorry, losing my words, and you can show that, and then they will give you access to the washroom. So it just basically says and acknowledges that you have inflammatory bowel disease, and then you get access to that washroom. So when you download the Go Here app, you can get access to that. And once again, I would definitely reach out to the grocery store that you're shopping at and ask someone, is there a washroom available? And just explain that kind of that your need for it. And people are often very empathetic, and they will give you access to that washroom. I know it can be a little bit awkward, but it's definitely worth it because you'll feel more comfortable when you're there shopping.
Yeah, and I think from an infectious disease perspective, a person who's older, potentially immunosuppressed, wants to continue to go to those hours when there's going to be fewer people there, that's great. But as we're heading into that downswing, there's less virus in the community, and we're starting to get more of a hold on it. Again, if you can go at another time of the day, you can ask advice for your local grocery to find another time, just because it's not seniors hours, there might be a time during their day which has fewer people if you have that flexibility in your day and you're not working. And the other part is if there are times or days when your disease is particularly uncontrolled, number one, probably something you should talk to your GI person about, but number two, maybe for a short period of time, if it's a really uncontrolled thing and you really don't want to be out in public, not so much because of the bathroom issue, but because it's just difficult to be out, maybe asking someone to get your groceries delivered. But hopefully from a COVID infection perspective, your options will start to increase over time. Do I wash my groceries? No, I never did. Do I think people who are immunosuppressed should? Not particularly, again, because if you wash your hands, it doesn't jump into your mouth. I will say some people are very worried about virus in small amounts that may be on food, and it's still okay to rinse and wash your food, particularly raw foods that you're going to be eating. If you're going to peel an orange and you want to rinse it first with some mild soap and water, that's fine. But it's certainly, especially as we start in some parts of the country to get down into that lower virus in the community part of things, I'm very comfortable with people who come to me and say, do I have to do this? And the answer is no, you don't have to. And please just, practical and whatever matches your comfort level. But your anxiety level should be starting to come down along with the virus about things like that are not respiratory.